Video feedback.
The use that we made out of film.
I watch video of myself.
We definitely utilize video.
The video or film component.
The use of video is extremely crucial.
And then the video that we would watch of ourselves.
I mean, it's totally engaging another aspect where you're able to visualize and see not only the best of the best do it, but they also video you.
Whether it was watching Olympic players or watching ourselves, I remember getting films to take home with me to try to understand the movements, or just because it's easier to see something than it is to just hear, this is what you need to do.
The things we do off the court with studying volleyball, such as, I mean, I've been shown pictures, I watch video of myself, I watch video of other top setters and players in the country and in the world, and we study that, we study the tactics, we study the moves that they make, and then that helps us master it when we were practicing in the gym.
But it's with your own skills, and Front Range offers that as well as comparing it to what you want to look like. And so they'll bring in some of the best athletes and show you, okay, here's what your movement is, here's what you want your movement to be. So we're going to focus on this finite little movement. Doing these little teeny movements and being able to see it on what you want to do is so helpful, because it's one thing to see what you're doing wrong, and it's a whole other thing to see what it looks like to do it right.
Then you can kind of compare that to what you do and try to work to match what you're seeing, and it just helps you play at a higher level.
So if I can see someone do it, I can relate easier to it, and then it has to come down to, if I see them and then I can try and mimic what they do, that really helped me. And so I think that when they broke that down, it was a lot easier to learn. Of being able to not only watch high-level athletes playing volleyball, high-level girls playing volleyball, and noticing what they do, but also being able to watch yourself on video. I know that helped me out tons.
Statistics.
Statistics.
The stats we would take
Is another unique element of Front Range, where they have incredible technical support inside of statistics. I mean, statistical professionals analyzing the way that you practice and train.
I think that a lot of people who don't grow up in an environment like that don't really understand kind of the value in it. It kind of sculpts your mind in a different way. It kind of makes it a little bit easier to think about things.
Statistics actually helped me settle down a little bit, because often they were a little bit better than I was thinking, because I am a crazy perfectionist.
A lot of other clubs and a lot of college programs don't really train that way, and they don't really put an emphasis on numbers, or they don't put an emphasis on the right statistics. And I think that knowing exactly what numbers are important to focus on is also really important too.
I think one thing that sets Front Range apart from most clubs is the mental aspect.
Is the mental training aspect.
I also think another thing is just the mental prep that we do at Front Range.
How to analyze my own performance, you know, the right questions to ask.
Not only are we being taught the physical skills, and we're being taught why we should do them, and we're seeing video and they're giving us reasons why we should.
Worked with sports psychologists, really try to give ourselves a mental edge, and that's a lot of things that most clubs don't generally focus on.
I felt like before every drill there was always a point to every drill. There was always something you're trying to get out of it. Certain focus that might not be something that you think of when you're in competition, but being able to drill out through those certain things and then seeing it translate to a competition. There was always a skill building aspect and then a competition piece, and I loved that part.
Not only did we learn the skills, but we learned when to use them and the ability to think for ourselves and to incorporate, you know, I guess just process what was actually happening in the game instead of just playing it black and white. We learned kind of to play the game in the gray and to be able to think for ourselves and make decisions.
The type of training that I got here, just in like, you know, speed, agility, quickness, and strength training, all that kind of stuff was so volleyball specific. I think that is something that I haven't, you know, even collegiately, it's hard to find. Some of the unique things about Front Range, I would say, are the weightlifting and the SAQ stuff that we do, and then the video that we would watch of ourselves, because that would help us see what we were doing wrong and help us get better at the certain skill. And then the stats we would take, that would help us know how well we were doing during practice, how many kills we had, how many digs we had and stuff. And it also would help with like competition within the team, because I know me and some of the girls I was on black with, we would try and see who got the most kills during practice, and it was just kind of like a fun competition thing.